What is up? Adam Gillespie here, your Metro Denver real estate navigator, back again with the no bullshit monthly Denver Metro market update. Now listen, the Denver Metro real estate market is a beast, a changing, unpredictable beast. But that's why you're here, right? You want the intel that cuts through all the bullshit. So stick with me, and by the end, you'll have the ammo you need, whether you're buying, selling, or just trying to impress your friends.
Are you trying to impress me or something?
Usually active listings for homes in Denver would start to rise like a crescendo from April and continue that trend right through September. But this year, instead of ramping up, it's like the band lost a member or two.
That's a bummer.
We've got a dip of 0.4%, putting us at a total of 4,273 homes on the market. That might sound like a lot, but check this out. Historically, based on data from 2013 to 2019, yeah, we're omitting the pandemic years for a clear baseline, the average number of homes for sale in August was 6,490.
That's a huge difference.
Picture this. It's like we used to have a booming music scene with venues all over the city, from dive bars to grand theaters, bands, DJs, artists, you name it. They had a spot to play. Now, not so much. Those stages are disappearing and everyone's trying to book the same few venues that are left. If you're an aspiring musician, you've got to be super proactive, maybe even aggressive in finding and securing a stage for your gig. In real estate terms, if you see a home you like, move quickly because others are eyeing it too.
Damn!
Okay, let's shift gears and tackle demand and transactions. When it comes to homes going under contract, there was a 3.9% dip, totaling 2,551 homes. Now, even though there's a dip in demand, it's not all grim news for sellers. Closed transactions actually saw a slight bump, up by 2%. However, let's not lose sight of broader trends. When you compare this data to the same period last year, both pending and closed deals are down by about 19.5% and 11.6% respectively. Imagine you were used to seeing sold out arenas a few years ago. Those seats are still getting filled, but it's no longer a scramble to snatch the last ticket. The market has cooled down a bit, creating a less frenzied environment. This could be prime time for buyers who were previously sidelined due to the ultra-competitive market to step in. Yet it's crucial to note that while pace may have eased, competition still exists. In other words, if you're thinking of making a move in the market, you still need to be strategic and quick on your feet. Let's be clear, this isn't a market in decline, it's a market in flux. While pending transactions have dipped, closed deals are still happening and have even seen a slight uptick. This suggests that buyers are still out there making deals and sellers are still getting their homes off the market. However, the fact that the year-over-year numbers are down should serve as a cautionary note. The market's dynamics are shifting, and while it's not a drastic change, it's enough to warrant attention. The market can pivot quickly, so whether you're a buyer or a seller, staying informed and agile is key.
I'll have you know I have the reflexes of a cat.
Okay, now we're about to get into a term that can make you the VIP of the next trivia night. Months of inventory. Right now, the numbers you need to know is 1.7 months. So what does that actually mean? Well, simply put, if no new homes hit the market and sales continue at the current rate, it's going to take about 1.7 months to sell every listing out there.
It's pretty quick, huh? Yeah.
So picture this scenario. You're a diehard fan of a great band. If the market were saturated with 6 months of inventory, you'd have the luxury of casually attending their shows. There'd be plenty of venues, lots of dates. You could pick and choose at will.
I'm in no rush.
Now flip that to a brisk 1.7 months of inventory, then you no longer have the luxury of that indecision. You need to be ready to hit buy as soon as those tickets come in, or in our case, homes become available.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
All right, let's take a deep dive. Understanding the inventory metric is critical for both buyers and sellers. If you're a seller in a market with low inventory like this, it means you've got leverage. Your product is high in demand and low supply, so you can command higher prices. On the flip side, buyers aren't completely out of luck. A stable 1.7 months of inventory indicates that while it's still a seller's market, we're not seeing the extreme conditions of a few months ago. It's not skyrocketing, but it's not plummeting either. It's akin to a band that consistently churns out solid albums, but not making any headlines or breaking any records at the moment.
I'm very consistent with my maintenance.
Now let's jump into offers and prices. The market is showing signs of stabilization when it comes to the average sold prices, with a minor increase of just 0.3%. On the flip side, median sold prices have slightly dipped by about 0.7%. This tells us that while the higher end homes are maintaining or slightly increasing in value, the median priced homes are facing a small decline. All right, think about this like tracking the sales of an artist's latest album. The numbers aren't breaking any records, but they're also not flopping. It's a steady performer. So if you're looking to sell, you're in a stable position to get a decent price. If you're buying, you won't have to brace for skyrocketing costs. The market is manageable right now, which means both buyers and sellers can approach it with more of a strategic mindset.
What's your overall game plan here?
Modest changes in pricing could be an indicator of a more balanced market on the horizon. When prices stabilize, it means neither buyers nor sellers hold all the cards. It's becoming a fair game. However, it's crucial not to get too comfortable or hopeful for steep discounts. A solid 32.5% of homes are still getting multiple offers, usually at around 2.4% over the asking price. So while the market is showing signs of a balance, it's not a buyer's paradise by any stretch.
I'm barely scraping by.
So my friends, here we are at the crescendo of our market symphony, the need for speed. The market is still speedy, but there's a nuanced change. On average, homes are taking 26 days to go under contract. However, it's important to recognize that half of these homes are getting snatched up in just 11 days, and a solid 40.8 are gone in a week or less. These are quick moves. They're being sold out for about 101.1% of their listing price, which means they're still in high demand. Think of those quick to sell homes as VIP tickets to the year's hottest music festival. You know, the ones where you have to refresh the page constantly the moment they drop? That's the market. If you're serious about getting that dream home, you've got to be as committed as a hardcore fan eyeing those last few front row seats. Swift, decisive, and ready to pounce. Now, even though homes are still getting snatched up pretty quickly, the pace isn't as frantic as we've seen in the past. This is noteworthy because it indicates a minor cooling in the market tempo. You might have an extra day or two to mull things over and perhaps attend another viewing or finalize your financing. But let's not kid ourselves. You still can't afford to be leisurely. Even a small hesitation could mean you're missing out, given that many homes are still exceeding their list price.
Oh, man! Can you believe it?
All right, guys, you've just gotten the full set list of the Denver real estate market, track by track. If you want to keep getting the backstage scoop, slam that subscribe button and ring that bell. Better yet, give me a call. Let's turn your real estate dreams up to 11.